Hello, my name is Starlight, and I'm reaching out to all of you beautiful souls out there. I hope you're able to get out in nature like Starlight is, and I am kind of out here at the same hike and trail I went yesterday, and so I'm not going to be walking around as much as normal because I was kind of busy as I was on these trails again. So anyway, if you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome. And I just want to make sure, as always, when I start my videos, is to make sure, you're taking good care of yourself. It's so vitally important. And you're going to hear this a lot from Starlight because it is. A lot of times we think we're taking good care of ourselves, and that is why Starlight is making sure, she's keeping an eye on you, is to make sure you're eating the right kind of food, that's gonna help you. Like I got some oatmeal and blueberries on my dashboard of my car right now. I'm kind of having breakfast at dinner time. Yeah, Starlight's having breakfast at dinner time tonight. So it's okay. I like breakfast. What can I say? So anyway, is to make sure you get some blueberries, or Starlight had some grapes earlier today. Those are really good for you. Pineapple is super good. Yum yum. Strawberries. So make sure you get your not just fruit, but get some vegetables. Like Starlight does like to have salad a lot. You got any salad? Kale salad or spinach with salad. Yummy berries and vegetables in there. Starlight could eat salad every single day. Not kidding. So make sure you get your vegetables and all that in your bodies. And there's a lot of good herbs out there to help you out too. I don't want to lose my hat. But, so anyway, I do love all of you. Maybe I can move a little bit. If you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome. And you can find Starlight, and that is on YouTube, and that is Starlight, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman. Plus, you could give this video a thumbs up. That is if you want to see and be the change that you want to see in the world. And also, don't forget, you can leave a message down below, beep, beep, beep. Plus, there's a lot of pluses, is you can also push the notification bell, ding, ding, ding. That way you do not miss any videos. And you can also share my videos. Starlight gives you permission. You can share my videos many times, every video. If you want to share my videos on Facebook or wherever, share, share, share. Sharing is such a great thing. I love to share. So, besides sharing my videos, you can also follow me on Instagram, and that is at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K, Dingman Starlight. So here I am. This is, I'm going to back up a little bit so you can see where Starlight is. I kind of forgot. I was doing stuff on the trail, and I realized, oh my, I forgot to make a video. But this is a cool spot. It kind of reminds me, if any watched this growing up like Starlight did, I loved this old TV show, but kind of reminded me of Gilligan's Island. How many of you grew up watching Gilligan's Island? And some of you men out there is probably yelling out your favorite actresses out there. There was a couple, there's a redhead, and I don't know if I'm going to remember her name, but there's a redhead in this Gilligan's Island, and a girl which kind of reminded me of me because she always had ponytails a lot, which Starlight's hair is not long enough to do the ponytail thing yet. Ginger and Marilyn. Ginger is one, the redhead, and I can't remember the girl, but I loved watching that TV show growing up. It was clean stuff, and not like today's stuff, but anyway, my dad still probably watches these shows. So here I am going to hang out in this spot here as I make this video, and it's beautiful out here, the water, and so anyway, I'm going to talk to you guys and girls out here. Whoops, I got to get the right lighting here. Today's video tonight actually is what's your story? Starlight's been telling a lot of stories of her background as far as, different stories and different videos. You never know where some of the stories are going to be put in some of these videos. I never know what I'm going to say. Probably 50% of the time when I make these videos, this is how it works out. Even if I made one video and I had to redo it, it would never be the same as the first one. So what is your story? I bet you have a story that really the people need to hear. And that's what this video is about, is getting your story. I have talked to somebody recently that I am related to, and she was telling me some of her true nightmare stories out there. And it is something, though, we all have some kind of nightmare story that we can tell that could really help other people out, as far as warning people about different things that go on in society, where there's things go on in this society, and really there's people get away with a lot where there should have been people getting sued on things that they have done wrong to people. And Starlight's not a big fan of really saying, yeah, sue this person, sue that person. But if they are at fault and doing stuff, or to report people in, if you're not going to sue these people, is, I did try to make a report on abuse going on in a hospital, but nothing happened. So, and that is what this video is about, is to, or you might have a story of things that you've endured in your life. Like Starlight has put lots of different videos about different things, and you might have a story to help inspire other people, like Starlight is doing. Is, I might have gone through some shit in my life, but I'm still going. I have not given up. So it is so important, if you got a story like that, is to either write a book, or like to inspire people, or if you've seen stuff out in the world, like certain places, like I have done on my videos. I actually have put in videos out where I let you know where there's like child abuse going on in a cult church. So those are places you don't want to bring your family to. Those places need to be shut down. When they're a pastor or a preacher, or they call him a man of God, barf. Really, I could vomit right now. Man of God, like teaching, preaching and teaching to families to beat their kids with rods, starting at infants, babies, babies that don't even understand why they're getting beat for. So Starlight, I am not making up shit when I make my videos. These are true things that absolutely was happening, and where I was witnessing families that did this to their own children. So we need to be a voice to stop these kind of things going on in the world. And there's other videos that I want to make kind of on these topics a little bit. But I don't want to talk about all gloom stuff. Is if you got a story where you survived something, and you got some information, some wisdom about your story to help others, like what Starlight is doing, you can either make videos like Starlight is doing, or put at positive inspirational stuff out there, or you can even help people out in your community to help them get through what they are going through. Maybe you've gone through stuff as a child, and maybe you got some tips for parenting. Maybe you got some, because of what you learned the hard way, or there's a lot of times kids go through shit when they were kids, and they didn't do nothing. They were just being themselves, being little kids, and they could have gone through a lot of abuse growing up. So what is your story? Do you have a story that you could share with the world to let people know not to do these certain things with your children, or things that you should do with your children that help them out, like teaching them different things that some parents are not even teaching their kids. So it is so important. Like I talked to a beautiful lady today, is it really starts out with parents, but before parents become parents, they, were single individuals searching for you know, some people are searching for the real deal, like Starlight is trying to find like that man. Or Starlight's not searching for a woman, believe me. I am definitely not searching for a female, but like Starlight has been searching for a man that to get married to, you know. So that's why it's so important that not just me, but we reach everybody, no matter what age they are, because we all need help in one way or another. You know, kids need help. They need guidance and directions, how to be a good mom, how to be a good dad, how to be a good mom, I mean a husband or a wife. You know, but if they're not getting taught that at home, if they're, you know, like being abused and neglected, you know, or actually neglected and abused, because that's normally how the abuse starts, is by neglecting their children. And, you know, so many things goes on the wrong way with people that got with somebody at a very young age, and, you know, they might have been at their partying stage when they ended up finding out, you know, by accident, which this does happen a lot, because Starlight has two kids, and, you know, both of them were not planned, you know, where, you know, those things do happen. But everything happens for a reason. Nothing happens by accident. So my kids were a blessing, not a curse. Absolutely not. You know, God, like I told a lady the other day, is right at this spot where I am now, is that my kids were a blessing. That's what our children are supposed to be, you know. So my kids saved me from myself. You know, I was at the age of, you know, getting into trouble, and, you know, by having my daughter first, is really, I had to learn to love myself in order for me to take care of my daughter. So it was the perfect time for me. So I don't really care of what people's judgments are out there, because I can hear you. You know, because most people will say, you know, will ask me if I'm married, and then they find out I have kids, and, you know, I don't really have to say too much after that, you know. So there's people that do start off young, and there's nothing wrong with that, but you gotta be, you know, like, take good care of your kids. And Starlight worked her ass off to take good care of her kids, and her kids really love their mom, and they say I'm the greatest mom, you know. So I did a really great job with my kids, and I wasn't perfect. We do need, you know, better education as far as the, you know, young kids, you know, starting off in the world, because maybe their mom and dad didn't have the tools or didn't know how to raise up their kids. So if you're somebody that struggled as a kid and went through some shit, you know, is you got a story. You know, the reason why I decided to come up with this video, because whether you believe this or not, is I tossed and turned all night last night trying to think of what am I gonna talk to everybody about the next day. I really did. God's honest truth is I did. I was trying to think, you know, I wanted a different topic, something different. And it's funny, I didn't know all day what I was going to talk about until I seen a video tonight about our freedoms being taken away. You know, like where on YouTube is that they're trying to tell people that you cannot have that kind of material as a YouTuber. You know, so this is why this video is so important, is that we really, as people, we need to get our voices out there, you know, and we need to be heard. We need to speak the truth that has, what we've witnessed in our life. You know, if you've been in, like, I'm just going to throw these examples out. If you have been in hospitals and where there was abuse going on, we need to hear your story. We need, you know, like, to warn people, you know, of these things, and also to, you know, like, that we need to be a voice to the people, and that we need to put an end to the abuse that goes on into hospitals. There's abuse going on into churches. We need to report these people in for beating kids, or there's other crazy stuff that goes on in churches. We need to reach out to families that are in these places. You might have a family member that is in a cult church, a church cult or whatever, you know, where a pastor is claiming to be a man of God, which he's not, you know. And we need to have these places investigated and stuff like that, so then they can get shut down, because this is really messing the children up as far as their belief in God. Are they really gonna live life later on wanting to serve a God when they have been abused at a cult church where a pastor is preaching to beat your kids with a rod? And I'm gonna get in details here. When I say getting beat with a rod, I'm talking about taking a rod from a tree and where that tree branch is, gets cut open onto the children's legs or back or behind end, is really that is that love? Is that any way to treat your kids? And those, like, including Starlight, the parents at that church, even that pastor that was preaching this stuff, who knows what his background was? It is possible that he was beaten that way as a child and just believes that is the way you discipline your kids. So this is why it's so important, really, that we really do not abuse our kids that way, where it's cutting open in the skin, where these parents out there at this church, their one child that I witnessed had some kind of health issue, and because that child was beaten at a very young age, could not even go get emergency care at the hospital because they would have found out the child was being abused. So we really need to put our foot down, and I would really love for God to put me in a place where I could be a voice to help, like I am already, but to shut those places down, to put those people behind bars, that they would get punished for what they are doing to these children. So we really do need to be a voice, we really need to help the teenagers and the kids out. We really need to come together as people. I'm always telling, I just talked to a lady yesterday, I talked to a lady today, I am always reaching out, and I want to reach out to more people, when God gives me the okay to, yes, go to that person, I can get conversations quickly with people. It doesn't take long for Starlight to get a conversation going with any kind of person out here. So, open up, and use your voice while we have it, and reach out to family or people or relatives, and, warn people of places that are, like, if you got a story that you went through something, it could be at church, it could be in a hospital, is that we really need to find places to make these reports, and where it just doesn't leak through somehow or another and nothing ever gets done, because we need to put an end to all this abuse, even in nursing homes. I'm looking for a job right now, and I would love to work with people, and that's what I'm searching for. Is I have a heart for elderly people, and you know what? There's abuse going on in there. There's abuse going on with mental illness people. It's all over, no matter where you go. But we got to put a stop to that. There's people that I've worked with, the training, they are so strict on the training in these places to get a job, but, they don't really follow through on what they, I would say, kind of preach or teach about as far as working. So if I get a job, when I get a job, it's not if I get a job, but when I get a job, and if I am going to work with people, and if I witness abuse, you bet your ass I'm coming at you. I did it before, but I didn't know the proper steps to how to stop that from happening, and not, those people should get fired. I should not lose my job because I'm reporting abuse. So if you are a person that is working for people to help them out, your job is to protect those people from being abused. Don't, if you love people and you're saying, hey, yes, I want to help people out, if you're not going to report the abuse that's going on in those places, don't get that job then. Please, we don't need more people just going to get a paycheck to work with handicapped people or elderly people that are just going to watch the abuse go on. We really need people that have a good heart, a pure heart, that is not going to let abuse, that we are going to make the reports. And that's where I stand today. I just talked to a lady today. It got me fired up, because I'm not going to put up with the witnessing abuse, and I shouldn't lose my job for reporting abuse. I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna dig until that person is dealt with, until they get fired from those jobs. Those people should not be hired, to abuse people or to let abuse happen and not even say a word. So please, if you work with any kind of people and you're helping them, whether it's with kids, infants, people with special disabilities, people that have mental disabilities or whatever situation that they have, if you work with people and you're getting paid, if your heart is not in it and you're not going to protect those people, please go get a job, like go pick up garbage somewhere, go get a job, where, nobody's going to get hurt, or you're just not going to let people just get abused and not do anything about it. And I'm not going to apologize for saying what I'm saying. I just spoke to a lady today and it got me fired up, because it brought me back to, where there's people that cannot defend themselves and they cannot speak up. And that's why we need to be a voice, and we need to stop those people from abusing people. There's a lot of elderly people out there in the world. I got family members, they shouldn't fear going into a nursing home. A nursing home should be a good sound. It should be, hey, going to a nursing home, not that Starlight is going there right now, it should make them feel comfortable. It should make them say, hey, I want the best care, and help, but I've gone to nursing homes and it's sad where, they say they didn't have enough staff. I actually helped an elderly lady out, and I didn't know about the laws. I didn't know about the rules, but I did work with handicapped people and elderly people. And I only was there to do a church ministry, to sing to people and minister to them. And I didn't work at the place, but there was no way I was going to let this elderly lady pee in her wheelchair, because she was ringing the bell. The light kept on going on. I was visiting her. No staff was coming in there to help her out. That is abuse. That is neglect. An elderly lady, I'll tell you what, if I was an elderly lady, which I'm not, and I got to pee my pants because nobody's coming in to help me out, that is really horrible, that these people go through this. Those things need to stop. We really need to get workers that are not there just to get a paycheck, not to, we need to, the hiring and stuff like that, and these people need to be protected. And we really need to really step things up as far as society goes, and not to, like to put up with that kind of stuff. If you work in one of those places and you see abuse going on, please report those people in. Make sure you what you're supposed to do is to get their name and title. Most of the people, the workers, might have a tag on their shirt or something that says who they are, or ask them, what is your name and what is your title, your job duty, because that's what you want. And you go to the person at your job and find out where you're supposed to make those reports of abuse. Stop letting people get away with abusing innocent people that are there to get the proper care. There's families out there that are paying money for their families to get care and help. So we really do need to be a voice for the voiceless. And Starlight is not going to put up with that anymore in her life. I didn't put it up with it before, but I didn't know the proper ways of climbing up the ladder further and saying, no, this has got to stop. We got to put an end to all kinds of sorts of abuse out there. So if you even know a family member that is being abused, please report that stuff in. Don't just say, hey, it's none of my business, because then you're not really a part of the solution. You're part of the problem. Yes, I did say that, didn't I? Really, it's either you're a part of the problem or you're part of the solution. So we need more people to really to have a heart, really have a heart like Starlight's got a heart here, is have a heart and do the right thing. What is the right thing? The right thing is to let love guide you, not fear. Don't be afraid of man. God wants us to speak up. God doesn't want these people, to be abused, no matter who they are, no matter what age they are. I've seen a lot of wicked stuff in my life, and I am tired of seeing it. And that's why we need to have these changes in this world. We need more people to be a voice, and we need to use their voices now. Because even like on YouTube, they're censoring stuff, and hey, you're going too deep, So we need to get out there as much as possible and speak our minds, speak our hearts, speak the truth. The people need you, that is my message today. I know it's it really does. We really do. If you got a story, if you've gone through something and you're a survivor, like I made the video the other day, is get your story out. Don't keep quiet. And some people, they say they hear voices in their heads and they say, hey, don't do that, don't make a story. Yes, don't listen to those voices. Then if you got voices that says no, don't do that, ignore those voices, please. I do know somebody right now that they are hearing voices, and those voices say, no, don't tell that person that, no, don't do that, no, it's horrible to know somebody that you love and care for, and that you want to help them out, but you don't know how to help them out, that their voices are telling them what to do, and they listen to those voices. But you don't have to listen to those voices. Those voices, those thoughts are not your own. Listen to your heart. Your heart says, do the right thing. Do the right thing. Use your voice. Because if we don't use our voices now, everything's gonna, just like a toilet bowl, it's gonna get flushed down the toilet bowl, and you're gonna lose everything that and then you're gonna wish, hey, I could have done something. I should have listened to Starlight, but I didn't. Please don't be that person later on. I have kept my mouth shut my whole life, and now I have a voice, and I do want to use it, and I'm not going to let fear take this away. I'm gonna speak my mind and my heart, and some people might get offended, but if that's the case, a lot of people would get offended by so many things. You would never even have a freedom to speak anything. So don't even let that stop you. Oh, I might offend somebody. Well, I guess they're going to get offended about this. They're going to get offended about that. They're going to get, oh my, what else? Please, when it's, and those are the ones that are making the laws even tighter and having us, more in a box, is by people being offended by so many things. So anyway, I do love all of you, and I really hope you get a lot of help from this video, and be that voice, be the one, be the superhero that we need. We need people like you, and if you got a story, write a book or do something, to help society out, help people out. If you got tips on how to be a good parent, bring it out. If you got tips on how to be a good husband or a good wife, do you got to even be married? No, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter about that. Don't listen to all these people that have all these opinions and judgments about different things. It's just that you're learning through your life experiences. I love you all, and this is Starlight. You can, if you want to see a change and be a change in the world, you can give this video a thumbs up. You can also leave a message down below, beep, 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 and share these videos. Really, we need to share them, because that is how, hang on, I got a phone call here, beep. So, yes, share these videos to whoever out there. You might have a family, and, hey, if you know somebody that's being abused or whatever, report that in. Be that voice, because God's going to bless you for speaking up. Doors are going to be shut because you didn't. So I love you so much, and God does too. God just wants us to do the right thing, and we know what's the right thing. It's in our heart space. Don't listen to those other people that tell us not to do those things, or you shouldn't do these things, or whatever. But be that voice. Use your voice while we still, have the freedom of speech. So anyway, I love you. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, you can also follow me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook at Kathy with a K Dingman Starlight. So I love you so much, and really, we need to protect those people. They can't protect themselves, you know, and we can. So be that person that's not going to put up with abuse, no matter who they are, and report those people in. I love you so much. This is Starlight. This is Starlight, love, light, and peace.